I followed up Laila Lalami's The Moor's account with her debut novel titled Hope and Other Dangerous Pursuits. This is a book I've been meaning to read as it's on the list of a lot of African literature reading lists, and I'm happy I got around to it. It was an easy peasy read, great for leisure reading or wanting to break up some heavier reading. I read this in one night. It reads like a bunch of short stories because it follows the lives of four Moroccans as they make their way across the Strait of Gibraltar in a dangerous pursuit, or in a dangerous attempt, rather, to illegally emigrate to Europe, specifically Spain. This book I felt something there because my grandmother in the late 70s, early 80s, did go to the Canary Islands, and she talks about that story often. She went with my youngest aunt, and she talks about her experience there. It's one of the very first places she traveled to outside of Africa, and I'm assuming it's because it was, the easiest place to get to, with it being right off the coast of Africa. But anyway, this book was very insightful about the plight of immigrants who, year in, year out, die trying to get to Europe to escape unsafe conditions, environments, trying to leave economies that don't give them the means to support themselves. It puts into perspective some of the very humanistic stories of migrants who take that risk. The lives of these young immigrants were very interesting. Again, Laila Lalami does a very good job putting you in the story, making you feel like you're right there, experiencing the terror, the anxiety, the fear, the frustration, and the hope. The question she explores in this book is, what happens to the young woman who flees one place only to become desolate, in another, this other perceived greener pastures? What happens to the jaded young college graduate who can't find work to support himself at home and so leaves and he's jaded and he's subjected to pandering tourists to get the bills paid or to help contribute at home, pandering tourists to, let him give them tours of his beautiful city, Morocco, or, Marrakesh or whatever. And what happens to the young wife who waits fruitlessly as her husband tries to hustle abroad? Does absence make his heart grow fonder? These are some of the questions that Laila explores and really just kind of guides us through as we, explore what immigrants and why people immigrate to other countries, especially in this day and age where we hear lots and lots of stories about the immigrants leaving the Middle East or South America or, Mexico. These are all questions, and there's always this single story of they're coming to take our jobs. No, there are stories behind why people want to leave. People don't just up and want to leave their home countries. And this book puts that into a fictional perspective. All in all, it's a good read, 3.8 stars. Mainly because I'm not a heavy fiction person, but if I were a fiction person, I would give it a strong 4. But anyway, want to make this read your next one? Go to shop.thisafropolitanlife.com. It's available under African women, the African women category. You can find this book there. Purchase it. Again, that's shop.thisafropolitanlife.com. Thanks for watching.